Now I will give you a little of my experience in this line. Joseph Smith visited me a great deal after his death and taught me many important principles. On one occasion, he and his brother Hyrum visited me while I was in a storm at sea. I was going on my last mission to preside in England. My companions were Brother Leonard W. Hardy, Milton Holmes, Dan Jones, and another brother, and my wife and 2 other women. We had been traveling 3 days and nights in a heavy gale and were being driven backwards. Finally, I asked my companions to come into the cabin with me, and I told them to pray that the Lord would change the wind. I had no fears of being lost, but I did not like the idea of being driven back to New York, as I wanted to go on my journey. We all offered the same prayer, both men and women, and when we got through, we stepped onto the deck, and in less than a minute, it was as though a man had taken a sword and cut that gale through. And you might have thrown a muslin handkerchief out, and it would not have moved it. The night following this, Joseph and Hyrum visited me, and the prophet laid before me a great many things. Among other things, he told me to get the Spirit of God, that all of us needed it. He also told me what the 12 apostles would be called to go through on the earth before the coming of the Son of Man, and what the reward of their labors would be, but all that was taken from me for some reason. Nevertheless, it was most glorious, although much would be required at our hands. Joseph Smith continued visiting myself and others up to a certain time, and then it stopped. The last time I saw him was in heaven. In the night vision I saw him at the door of the temple in heaven. He came to me and spoke to me. He said he could not stop to talk with me because he was in a hurry. The next man I met was Father Smith. He could not talk with me because he was in a hurry. I met 6 brethren who had held high positions on earth, and none of them could stop to talk with me because they were in a hurry. I was much astonished. By and by I saw the prophet again, and I got the privilege of asking him a question. "Now," said I want to know why you are in a hurry. I have been in a hurry all my life, but I expected my hurry would be over when I got into the kingdom of heaven, if I ever did." Joseph said, "I will tell you, Brother Woodruff, every dispensation that has had the priesthood on the earth and has gone into the celestial kingdom has had a certain amount of work to do to prepare to go to the earth with the Savior when he goes to reign on the earth. Each dispensation has had ample time to do this work. We have not. We are the last dispensation, and so much work has to be done, and we need to be in a hurry in order to accomplish it." Of course, that was satisfactory, but it was new doctrine to me.